hit the sand or something and you're not on your usual pace. So I guess both of them will do a 3-0-0 strat. It is in general the safest strat, but sometimes you are too fast. So it could be that if Dossey or Tyson gets a very clean start, then they could be too fast for the train. So let's see. Dossey with a little bit of problems with the start here. Tyson gets a pretty clean one, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Tyson, pretty clean first room. What you will see a lot here, guys, if you are new to the game of Mario Kart 64, you will see them doing a lot of what they call mini turbos, or MTs for short. It's essentially when the player will toggle the joystick left and right a total of 6 times to actually get the smoke to go from white to yellow to brown, which does release a speed boost. So they'll be looking to do that as quickly as possible, but also keeping as tight as around these corners as possible as well.
Yeah, so we saw they both did the 3-0-0 strat, so we will see. It will be interesting on lap 3 especially, if the train will be in the way, but I think they're both on a good pace to not hit it. You can see they are both going through the sand here. Some people are confused about that, but it is actually faster than going on the road, because you cut so much distance when you go through the sand. I didn't watch the times here, but yeah, they are pretty much neck and neck. I think Dossey is 1 second ahead, something like this.
Yeah, I think about 1 second. So they're both going to be okay with this train here, but it is going to, maybe for Tyson, we might find this third lap train a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Just see if he can beat it on the left-hand side here. He's going to have to go quite wide. No, he has to stop.
He has to stop, and Dossey makes it just
and that
so
was
close.
Very risky, very risky. Wow.
So if he doesn't mess up completely now, he should take this one. That was very unfortunate for Tyson. He had no chance to go around the train, so he had to wait. It wasn't the right decision. But yeah, it looks like Dossey will take this, yeah.
And he does. So we see a second track win for Dossey. You will see a lot of flashing numbers on Tyson's stream. I think he's recently got the PAL ROM, which is, yeah, as you can see, it's wiped his card or his times there. So although we're going to see some flashing numbers, it more than likely won't be PRs for very much the most part on Tyson's stream.
Yeah. Slipboy, it is, yeah, the player who gets 3 sets first wins the match. And in each set, you have to win 4 tracks to win the set. Okay, next track will be Bowser's Castle from the pick from Tyson, another very high variance track. So what you will see are these thwomps, these blue, very delightful thwomps, which can be very, very nasty, because if you hit one, then you are in general in trouble, because they are on cycles. So if you are on pace, then you should know where they are, where they will be. But if you mess up just a little bit, then they are in completely different places, and it's very likely that you mess up again. But of course, we hope that both players get through cleanly and that we see a close match here.
Yeah, it can be a very cruel track, Bowser's Castle, and most players actually do have trouble in this second room, which we'll see very shortly. So the first room kind of has your floating thwomps, and your second room is more of those sliding thwomps. And sometimes you'll come around that corner into that second room, and they're absolutely unavoidable. So as CV said, hopefully we don't see that from either player. Hopefully they do get a pretty safe and clean run here.
Tyson with a little bit of a struggle with the first room. He had to correct because I think he was afraid to hit the tree. Okay, Tyson gets through cleanly, and Dossey does too. That's very good. So now the thwomps won't be a problem. Oh, and Tyson takes a bath in the lava.
Yeah, I did that in one of my matches. It is very timed. Oh, and he did spin out as well.
And he spins out. No, that is so bad. Let's see if Dossey can stay clean here. I hope
Yeah,
he's
you
not
do hate to see it. Yeah, I think, you know, from here, if Dossey can just drive clean, he should be able to secure this track win. But yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Ooh, another very interesting thing. Tyson tried the 2MT strat at the end. Very interesting. That's a very, very difficult strat, and mostly just seen with very high ranked players, mostly Division 1 players. I'm not doing it for sure. Okay, Tyson gets through the second wave of the thwarms, the first ones, and also the second room. Very nice.
Okay. Nearly in the lava again then. He did very well to stay safe there.
Yes, got a little hiccup here, hitting the wall. I think Dossey stayed very clean. That looks like a very good run for him. A nice room. He's not hitting the tree. The chat says, God, that's painful to watch. Well, yeah, Bowser's Castle can be very painful.
It's a cruel, cruel track.
Oh, Dossey hits the thwarm. This could be the chance for Tyson, but I think he is... yeah, no, he gets caught from the wall. The wall just eats him up. And let's see if he can go through there. Oh, this will be close. Yeah, he hits the second thwarm. That is very, very bad at this track, so... I think that's another win for Dossey here.
Yeah, I think so. And look, I mean, not a clean run for either player, but you do see Dossey with just that one mistake on the third lap. Otherwise, not a bad run. So he will secure the third track win of the first set.
Yep. Set point for him now. I remember when I had the match against you, Alex, I was in front, I think, until the very end, and then I just drove very badly, and then I messed it up on the last corner. So yeah, it's a very, very interesting track for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we are going to be going to Royal Raceway. Royal Raceway, one of the longer tracks in Mario Kart. I think it's roughly the 4th longest track. Could be wrong. I think it's roughly the 4th longest track in Mario Kart.
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah.
Just getting the guys started here. So Royal Raceway, very important. We'll see a hairpin jump on the pretty much the second turn of the track here. And this hairpin jump, you can either lose or save a lot of time, depending on how clean you kind of ride up this small hill and then hop over to the other side. And we'll very likely see the shrooms being used to cross the grass here just before the ramp.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes it happens that you get caught up at the wall on the hairpin, and this loses an incredible amount of time. But yeah, I think it will be very important for both players to just get it somehow and not be too risky there. Yeah, let's see. In general, the better ranked player chooses this track, like Dossey just did, because it's a pretty low variance track. So besides the hairpin and maybe the shroom where you can mess up a little bit, and sometimes on the ramp jump, the big ramp jump, it's a pretty easy track to drive. Okay, both get the hairpin pretty nicely. Very nice. Dossey misses the MT though afterwards.
Yeah, we will find that the higher ranked player will generally pick longer tracks in the game, and it's simply that the higher ranked player generally will be able to drive better through those longer periods. So smart pick from Dossey. If he does drive cleanly, might be able to close out this set, given it's a slightly longer track than some of the shorter ones in Mario Kart. Okay, they're coming into the completion of the first lap, and we're just going to get some splits here. Tyson did start his stream a little bit earlier. He does come in at a 1:27, and we see Dossey just under the sub 1 minute at 59.85. So just take about a 0.3 to 0.4 lead into this second lap.
That's very impressed by Tyson. Nice hairpin, a much better hairpin than Dossey, so he stays clean. Maybe he can catch up a little bit, but you can see a little bit that Tyson takes much longer to finish his MTs, which always loses some time. So you really want to get the MTs as fast as possible because sliding is slower than driving straight. Yeah. So with higher ranked players, you will always see that the MTs are a little bit faster.
Yeah, that's very true. Although when you will see the players actually sliding over this kind of zip boost, this yellow and red kind of boost that goes up these ramps, and when you're actually going across a zip boost like that, or if you're using a mushroom, it is actually faster to slide. But as Stevie did point out, if you're not using a mushroom or actually going through a boost, while you're actually sliding is certainly slower than just driving straight.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one exception I forgot. And I didn't catch the time now. I was a little bit distracted, but I think that Dossey is around 2 seconds ahead, if I'm correct, if I'm comparing the streams. Yeah, I think that's about right. Dossey with some good SSMTs. For you guys, SSMT means stretched straight mini turbo. That means that you are doing a mini turbo on a straight part of the track, which can be faster. But oh, Dossey with a little bit of a hiccup here. Let's see if it's enough. Yeah, gets the win and the set. Very nicely done. Okay, so let's see if he's got the set.
Yeah, look, really clean set there from Dossey. 4-0. We are yet to see a track win from Tyson, but he's certainly come close on a couple of these tracks.
Yeah, he did a good job here on Royal Raceway, I have to say. It was pretty close. Yeah, but as I said, the driving, like the bare speed, Dossey has a little advantage because his MTs and lines are a little bit better. But yeah, I think the track choices from Tyson were very good so far. He chose the high variance tracks, and I think he has to continue like this. So he has a chance. Ooh, I think, did I see that correctly? Dossey picked Bowser. That can only mean one thing. I don't know how to sync it, to be honest.
Okay, so we got Tyson with the first track selection of set 2, and we are going to be going to Yoshi Valley. Yoshi Valley, one of the more difficult tracks you generally find in Mario Kart, and that's due to these spinies, which slide. Well, there's actually 2 sections of spinies, but they'll slide across the track to the left and the right, and particularly the third lap spinies do generally cause players some trouble, certainly myself when I'm playing. So we'll see again how risky these players decide to go. There is safer routes, many different routes you can take on Yoshi Valley, with, of course, the spinies being the fastest, but also can certainly be very costly if you end up hitting a spiny and sliding off the cliff.
I'm just trying to figure out how to sync the streams because Tyson seems to be ahead every time, like around 2 seconds. Yeah, like 3 seconds he's ahead.
Okay, Tyson through the first spine is pretty clean. Dossey also through relatively clean as well. This hairpin jump, you'll see the guys go for this here. Does save a lot of time compared to actually going around. It's not considered a shortcut in the game of Mario Kart, as it's perceived as something that the developers actually built into the track. So it is considered still a non-shortcut part of the track. Their shrooms here will be across the grass, trying to keep as tight as they can to this fence without clipping it. Oh, we do see Tyson, and that's, oh, you don't like to see it, but when you do spin out like that, you lose complete control of the cart. And as we saw there from Tyson, unfortunately did slide straight off the cliff. Dossey's still relatively clean as he does approach the big egg, which rolls around in a big circle.
Okay, I think Tyson now, yeah, the streams are now synced. Very nice.
Well done, Sev. Well done. Okay, into the third lap for Dossey, and we do see Tyson approaching his third lap. Oh, Dossey does spin out, but he does avoid the cliff. That's very important. And Tyson does decide to go the slightly slower route, but also the much safer route.
Yeah, oh, Dossey very close to the edge here. Gets past the egg. Oh, messes up the end a little bit. Hits the grass a little bit too early. And as you can see, he will go through the grass as it's faster than going all the way up the track to the finish line. Because the finish line actually extends to the grass there. And yeah, that's it for Dossey. Very, very nice. Very nice track for him. Very nice win. So that's 1-0 at this set for Dossey. Okay, and the next track pick from Dossey is Sherbet Land. So welcome to a very, I don't know. I like this track a lot, but it can be over very fast. As there are 3 crack jumps, if you want to cut a little bit of the track, then you have the opportunity to do 3 crack jumps, which can save a lot of time actually, but they are also risky if you go too aggressive there. And of course you have these penguins, which are on cycles, but yeah, like with the trains and the thwarms, if you mess up a little bit or hit the penguin, then the cycle is generally off and you will have troubles remembering where the penguins will be in the next lap. So yeah, we will see probably the shroom in the cave when they enter the cave around the columns and the penguin, and sometimes the penguin can be in the way there. So let's see if these two can manage to go around.
Yeah, as cute as these penguins do look, they can be absolute nightmare if you do find yourself off the cycle. Most of the RNG in Mario Kart 64 is actually on a cycle, or we do see Tyson hit a penguin, including the penguin. So yeah, if you do find yourself off that cycle that you're more used to, you do find yourself kind of ducking left, ducking right to be able to avoid actually hitting one of these and spinning out.
Yeah, Dossey with some very good driving here. Looks pretty clean. Oh, goes very aggressive on the crack jump. No, he falls into the water. That's what you don't want to see. And as you can see, Lucky 2 picks him up, and he has the additional animation of the frozen Yoshi. He almost fell in there again. And this costs about 7 or 8 seconds. So Tyson is ahead again.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for Tyson to snag his first track win of the match so far and actually level this up at 1-1. He will need to stay safe going into this third lap.
Yeah, let's see. I'm very curious how this last lap will turn out. Dossey with a 50, 37.
No, he's in the... So we're going to see the same thing, exactly the same jump that Dossey actually fell. As CV said, that's going to cost around about 8 seconds. So it's going to be a very close finish. But Dossey, if he has driven a little bit better than Tyson through the rest of the track, he might just be able to edge this one out.
Yeah, Dossey is ahead. Like, I don't know how many seconds, but it's something like 4 seconds now. So if he doesn't fall on the last crack jump, yeah, and doesn't hit the penguin, he should be safe. Yes. And with the swag finish into the water. Very nicely done. This was a big opportunity for Tyson to catch up here.
Yeah, unlucky for Tyson. Very unlucky. I think he was pretty confident going into that third lap, but yeah, you just take that crack jump just a little bit too aggressive, and yeah, we saw exactly what can happen there.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see what the next track will be.
Oof, that was rough to watch. That was actually rough to watch. That was such a good opportunity for Tyson.
Okay, we're going to go to Toad's Turnpike. Again, one of the longer tracks within Mario Kart. You'll see them spamming a lot of mini turbos through these corners. Trying to stay as close to the fence line as possible. And the fun part about Toad's Turnpike is there is traffic absolutely everywhere. So you will see them weaving in and out of traffic, avoiding cars. Yeah, and essentially just not to, hoping not to have any collisions with any trucks or any buses.
Yeah, exactly. And again, these cars and buses and trucks are not random. They are on cycles, so depending on the speed of the two, they will be in different places. So especially on the third lap at the end, sometimes it can be very, very nasty and very narrow. So we will see how they do it. Sometimes it can be very close until the very end. So let's see if they risk the start. No, they go around the first truck very cleanly. They go inside. No, Dossey is going inside, and Tyson takes the slightly safer route around the truck. And here especially you will see the difference in skill. Dossey's doing some pretty quick MTs, and Tyson takes a much wider line and takes a little bit more time to finish his MTs. Ooh, Dossey with a little bit of a hiccup there, but he can control it. Does not hit a car. We see a couple of fence hits already from both sides. And you can see that they both have all their shrooms. There are a lot of different strats where you can use your shrooms there. In general, if you play time trials, you will use all your free shrooms on lap 2, because you can then do a fast lap attempt and a free lap attempt at the same time. And there is not really a spot which is superior to another one. So you can go pretty much around every corner here, and it saves around about the same amount of time. Okay, so far no car hit. I think Dossey is ahead like 2 seconds at least.
Alrighty, so we've actually just switched over to Dossey's audio, guys. We thought we'd show him some love. We have been listening to Tyson's audio for the most part of the match. Hopefully the sound is okay, guys. Just tried to turn it down a little bit. It sounded like it was a little bit loud on Dossey's stream. But I think we're okay now.
Okay, Dossey seems to be ahead a little bit more now. No major hiccups. Ooh, pretty close here on the truck. And it seems that he's ahead still like 2 seconds.
Yeah, so I think about 2 seconds here.
Yeah, it could be decided on the very last corner. It's one of my specialties to hit the very last truck. So I think both of these players are on a pretty nasty cycle. It could be very tight at the end. Okay, Dossey gets through. Oh, this should be his win. Yeah.
And Dossey does take it.
Yep, like we predicted, around about 2 seconds, 2 seconds 30. And that is 3-0 for Dossey. Very nicely done, but again, pretty close, pretty close. On such a long track, 2 seconds is not that much. So it would have just took one car hit from Dossey that Tyson could catch up here. And now it's Dossey's pick again, and he chose Luigi Raceway. So a very common pick from the higher ranked player again, because it's probably the lowest variance track there is, because there is pretty much nothing which can mess up your run. Probably only the mystery boost. We will see if these two players will go for that. The mystery boost is a weird thing, that's why it calls mystery boost, that you can get when you shroom. On the last corner, you go through the grass, you shroom, and if you hit the wall at the right timing and release your MT at the right timing, then you will get a mystery boost, which can be very important for very close matches. But I guess for these two, it won't make such a big difference if they don't get it.
Yeah, we'll also see what shroom strat they go for here. I was watching a match from Tyson just last week, and he did go for a 3 shroom first or second lap, I think it was. So usually you'd go for kind of a 1-2-0 strat if they're going for that mystery boost, but we'll see what they actually do here. We'll actually see a lot of straight stretch mini turbos, which Sev pointed out earlier in the match, and the reason being there's a very large home stretch in Luigi Raceway, so they'll probably try and get about 2 or 3 before each turn of these laps, as well as they do head into that first bend of each lap. Okay,
and very interesting. Dossey is doing the common strat, the one. At least he's done 1 shroom already. I'm not sure if he got the mystery boost, but it looked pretty nice. And the shroom was pretty clean. And Tyson decided to keep his 3 shrooms, so we will see if he's doing again a spread where he uses all his 3 shrooms at once. Dossey with some pretty good driving here, Tyson too. They are pretty synced up. Dossey is a little bit ahead, but he had 1 shroom already, so it looks like Tyson's not far behind. And I think he will do the 3 shrooms, yes. Alright. Okay, both of them used all of the shrooms now, and they are pretty neck and neck, if I'm correct.
Yeah, there's not much in this one at all. They're going to want to try and chase close to these bends without going into the sand as possible here. You might see Dossey with a little bit cleaner driving. It's going to help him. Yep. See Tyson going into the tunnel about a 142-ish. I think they're both on similar pace.
Yep. This will be a very close one. Very close one. The last turn can be pretty tricky. Okay,
he missed the last MT, Dossey.
Oh, Tyson with a little bit of a struggle in the end, and Dossey takes it again.
He does take it. He takes it by around about a little over 1 second. And that'll be the second set to Dossey. So 4-0, 4-0. I feel Tyson is getting closer. I do feel from a little bit. He's probably getting a little bit unlucky on some of these tracks. But Dossey is driving very, very strongly so far in this match, and he does take that second set.
Yeah, nothing to add there. Again, pretty close tracks. Some tracks were, like Luigi, pretty close again. I'm not sure why Tyson chooses this strat. I think he knows that the faster strat will be a 1-1-2-0 strat or 2-1-0, whatever. But maybe he's just more confident with this 3 shroom strat.
Okay, exciting stuff, guys. We're going to see our first Joker pick of the match. We're actually going to be heading to DKJP Shortcut. So I'm just going to count the guys down now, and I'll let Sev tell you a little bit more about what this shortcut looks like.
I am not the biggest shortcut expert, but neither are you, I think.
No, I'm more of a non-shortcut man myself.
Yeah, me too. So, but I know how it looks like. And what you will see, they will actually go backwards at the start. And then they will try to line up pretty precisely because it's a pretty precise shortcut. And they will jump right at the edge of the cave. And then they will jump out of bounds and cross the finish line, actually. And sometimes you can fall into the water and Lucky 2 picks you up. This is a little bit slower. You could also hit the wall, tumble, and land in the cave and drive right away. So we will see if they can, in the first send, hit the shortcut at all, because sometimes you just miss it. You don't jump as far to the cave. Oh, what do we see here? Dossey is not doing the shortcut.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know if he just doesn't know how to do the shortcut, or if he hopes that Tyson will mess this up.
Tyson he must just not be confident on this shortcut.
Yeah, Tyson got the first one. You can see he is ahead of the...
And the second one as well. Wow.
He gets it. Very strong. Very nice driving here. Seems like he practiced that a lot. He's lining up. And that looked good. Wow. Yes, he's doing it. So, final lap, he just has to finish the lap, and he's done. Wow. Very nice. Very, very nice. Respect. I can't do that shortcut, so I would have lost. Dossey seems to finish that. He chose Bowser for whatever reason. I don't know why he chose Bowser. Probably he knew that he won't have a chance here. And he's taking the swim. Okay, I think he's qualified here. And that is the first track win for Tyson. 1-0 in this set. Very clean.
Well done. Well done by Tyson. I mean, he's obviously practiced that a fair bit, and Dossey, he does play mostly the non-shortcut, but that's not an easy shortcut to do. You can actually fall into the water very easily if you go a little bit too far right on that shortcut. And as Sev pointed out, if you clip back left into the cave, it's a lot faster. And I think we actually saw that on most of the laps there from Tyson. So big GG to him. Well done.
Yep. I think with this time he could have won against a Division 2 or 1 player easily. At least against me. That was very impressive. But
he would have beaten me. I'm terrible at shortcuts. He definitely would have beaten me there.
Yeah, same for me. But now he has used his shortcut Joker, so he can't do another shortcut, unfortunately for him. What is left is his Fast Lap Joker, and we are in the third set, so all the tracks are resetted, so they can pick every track again. I think we didn't mention that. So in the first 2 sets, every player can choose pretty much every track for one time, and can't choose the track again a second time. And after 2 sets, all the tracks are resetted, and they can choose all the tracks they like best again. So I think we will see Koopa Troopa Beach now. Very interesting pick, I think, from Dossey. Okay, so maybe you can talk about that track a little bit.
Yeah, KTB. So we're off to get a tan. KTB is a really interesting track in the sense that it's got one of the few RNG elements of the whole of Mario Kart 64. You've got the moles on Moomoo Farm, but you've also got these crabs on KTB, which do kind of, kind of slide to the left and then back to the right towards this finish line. So they can cause the players some issues there. We do see Dossey hit a tree.
Yeah.
But you also go for this cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will see them go for this cave each lap as well, which it needs to be hit pretty precisely, as you can easily jump either left or right, and it can be, it can be pretty tricky to get 3 times clean.
Yeah, exactly. Dossey barely made it, and he had to use already his second shroom to start a little bit faster here. Tyson making the second jump very nicely. Dossey's getting through, does not hit the tree again. Very nice, but now the water is a little bit off cycle, because the water is actually not RNG, it is on cycles. And if you go too deep into the water, it will slow you down a lot. So Tyson is ahead. Round about 3 seconds. Ooh, and he misses. No, he didn't even got onto the ramp. But very quick decision from him to go around that rock. You can actually make a backup to jump into the cave or into the tunnel, and Dossey takes it again on the last meters. Damn. Hey, that is 1-1 in this set. I thought Tyson had it. He was like 2 or 3 seconds ahead until the end, and then he choked the very last ramp jump. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, very unlucky, very unlucky. You just kind of approach that ramp just a little bit wrong, and you get the angle just slightly off, and you can either just miss the ramp completely or actually jump off the ramp and go right into the side of the cave and not kind of go through it. So it's kind of what we saw there from Tyson. So very unlucky, but he can bounce back. It is Tyson's pick, and we are 1-1 in the third set.
Yep. Let's see what these guys choose. Oh, and like you knew it, Alex, Tyson chooses Moomoo Farm Fast Lap. So his second Joker already. And like Alex already said, this is probably one of the most hated tracks in Mario Kart 64, as it has these tiny little moles which are completely random, and they shoot up out of the ground. And if you want to get a very fast and tight line, then you have to go over the mole holes. And yeah, we will see if these guys are very risky and go over the holes, or if they play it safe and go around them, which is a lot slower, but yeah, it's very risky if you go over them. And also the track has a lot of bumps and uneven parts of the track, which can mess up your sliding or your MTs a lot. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this track. Some people like it, I don't know why.
Yeah, I think you're either one of those players that hates it or you like it. I'm on your side, Sev. I'm on that kind of the side that kind of doesn't like it as much. But it can either be really, really cruel to you or really good to you, and it really does come down to a lot of luck on these moles.
Yeah, thank you. At least we're on the same side. So Dossey with very good driving. Tyson takes the way risky around, and Dossey over the moles. No, he hits a mole, but Tyson does too. He gets through cleanly through the second ones, and no, Tyson with almost a second difference here. So Dossey takes this one. Both with a mole hit, but Dossey with very, very clean driving before the second mole wave. So that gave him the advantage in the end. But it was a good pick from Tyson. It was a good pick. He has to go risky here, and this is probably one of the riskiest tracks. If that's correct. So
Yeah,
I guess
smart pick
Dossey
from
will,
Tyson. I mean, he knows going
yeah.
into that third set, he's got to pick those tracks with a higher variance. So it is a really smart pick from him, but just got unlucky there with one of the moles and Dossey just with that slightly cleaner driving again.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the Tyson is begging Dossey to to choose a shortcut, so he gets another win.
Oh, it's a good one.
I don't know. Oh, he convinced Dossey. Am I right?
A Rainbow Road shortcut we're heading to, guys. This will be an interesting race.
Ooh, very interesting. Okay. I don't know if Dossey is very good at this shortcut, and I would be very surprised if they go for the new shortcut. If you guys don't know, a couple new shortcuts were discovered recently from Forest and Weatherton. And yeah, the newest shortcut on Rainbow Road takes maybe just 2 or 3 seconds of actual driving. If you hit it, you will fly or jump over the fence right at the start to the left. And if you're lucky, you will fly at the right direction, and Lucky 2 picks you up, thinks that you finished the whole lap, and yeah, the lap is pretty much done. And if you can do it 3 times in a row, then Rainbow Road is out of a sudden one of the shortest tracks in the game. But if they go for the old shortcut, they will drive a little bit straight after the start and jump to the left, and will land on the track and have to finish racing. And I think that's what we will see here. Yes, both jump. Dossey is a little bit short. No, it's fine. Okay, they both landed. No, and Dossey jumps over the track into out of bounds. Because you have to press B, so you have to brake, to hit the brakes if you want to prevent that from happening. But apparently he did not do that. So Tyson with a very comfortable lead here. But it will come down to the next attempts on the shortcut. And other from the
track.
Shortcut, yeah.
Yeah, this track all about consistency. So very well executed from Tyson on that first lap. But he is going to need to nail this 2 more times and make sure the same thing doesn't happen to Tyson, what we just saw there with Dossey as well. Dossey will also gain some time on this driving. I mean, it is a shortcut track, but even still, there's still roughly around half of the track that needs to be driven non-shortcut. So Dossey with slightly cleaner driving will definitely catch up. So Tyson's going to need to hit these next 2 laps pretty clean.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we are seeing here. Dossey has caught up quite a bit here. Tyson's still in a good lead, but it's pretty close. So let's see if Tyson can nail this second time. For me, it's way harder on the second lap than on the start. He lines it up and okay, he gets over the fence. Looks good. Hope he's hitting the brakes. Yes, he nails it. And Dossey, oh, that looks very short.
He's making it.
That was very close, to be honest. That was very, very shaky. But now, if he stays clean and his driving looks pretty on point here, he can catch up to Tyson now. So my guess is that they will finish. They will go over the finish line pretty much at the same time. If Dossey has a very big hiccup. He has used his second shroom already. So
Dossey fell off. Dossey fell off, so he'll be a fair bit behind Tyson here.
Yeah, he's still behind, and has Tyson still has 1 shroom left. And the shroom on Rainbow Road can save pretty. Yeah, I don't know how much, but a lot of time.
Chomp hit.
Chomp hit from Tyson, so now they could be pretty much neck and neck. I was just talking about the shroom. I don't know how much it saves. on that particular shroom spot.
All right, we're pretty neck and neck here coming into the third.
Yeah.
I mean, that chain chomp has really got Tyson back on par with Dossey here with that mistake that we saw in the first lap. So this jump will be absolutely key.
Ooh, Dossey again, very, very close. No, that looks bad.
No, he's off.
Ooh, and Tyson
He's off
also
the edge.
Tyson very
should run
close.
away and close this one out.
Damn! Oh no! And Dossey with a bad pickup. He gets picked up from Lucky 2, but does not get the placement on the on the shortcut side, I would say. So he has to drive all the way from the beginning. So this looks pretty good for Tyson here. He just has to finish that race. I think he can hit every chain chomp 10 times. So that is very comfortable, this lead.
Yeah, well done to Tyson. He is going to level it up here to 2-all in the third set. So look, I mean, you know, anything can happen from here. We're going to need Tyson to drive very well on these next two tracks, but I certainly would not say this race is over just yet.
Yep, that's true. Very nicely done from Tyson. He really convinced Dossey to pick this. I think Dossey wanted to go to Kalimari Desert, but then Tyson convinced him to do another shortcut for the fans. So I hope the chat appreciates that from Dossey, that we see some exciting shortcut action. Dang, Tyson with a nice time here. I don't know what his PR is. But probably I don't know if he can do the new shortcut or landed it already. A nice win from Tyson, so it's even now 2-2. Dossey's taking his time and finishes.
All right, so we'll see where Tyson takes us here. It is his pick, and he is going to need to choose potentially his last pick of the match very wisely. He is going to need a win here to stay in the race to take out this set. So he's probably going to look at something quite high variance. All tracks have reset as we're into the third set. So he does have that, I guess, the options to select a majority of the tracks that we haven't played in this third set yet.
Yep.
All right, we're actually going to play a track we haven't played yet in the form of Frap Snowland.
Interesting.
So Frap Snowland's a interesting one, guys. I don't know many games that has exploding snowmen, but Mario Kart 64 is one of those games. They're filled with whatever kind of explosive ammunition that the developers have decided to put in these snowmen, and yeah, if you do hit one, you'll go flying into the air, come to a complete stop. And the other thing about Frap Snowland as well, you will see them go for this relatively risky shroom, and if you do take it too risky, you can get caught out of bounds, and Lakitu will have to pick you up, place you back on the track, and that is a huge time loss as well. So the guys will definitely be looking to avoid both of those scenarios.
Yeah, exactly. So there are maybe 2 or 3 possible snowmen you can hit. The first one is very close to the start. We'll see after this first corner, after the start boost. Ooh, Dossey very close. Very close to the snowman. Okay, here comes the shroom spot. They will go left over that hill. Dossey's taking a pretty safe line, also does Tyson. Tyson with a slightly worse shroom has to go over the big snow hill here. Loses quite a bit of time. Also, the cave was pretty wide here from Tyson.
41.96 for Dossey, 44.58. So Dossey has opened up a pretty big lead here of around 3 seconds on the first lap.
Yep, driving looks good, but let's see if he can nail that second shroom. Oh, he gets the bad bounce after that small hop. It loses also a little bit of time, but not too major. Okay, he goes very safe here. Not the best shroom. Tyson risked a little bit more, and he goes straight into that exploding snowman. That is too bad. I don't know how much time loss that is, but around about 2 seconds maybe. Okay, so Tyson really needs a bigger mistake from Dossey here. I think it will come down to that last shroom spot. There can something can happen at the very end, but I won't say it because if it happens, then Dossey will blame me for saying it. It happened just recently to me, and I was like, no way. Okay, it doesn't happen to Dossey. You can fall through that bridge at the end if you hop at the wrong time. But yeah, both are safe here, and Dossey takes also Fraps Noland here, very convincingly. And it's 3-2, 3 wins for Dossey, 2 for Tyson, and at the same time match point for Dossey.
And Dossey is going to use one of his jokers here. We're going to see the last joker of the match for potentially the final track of the match. We're on a match point here for Dossey, and we're going to be heading to DKJP for a fast lap. This will all come down to the ramp jump here, guys. They're going to be looking to slide off this ramp to the left with their landing as possible, but not too far to the left where they end up in the water, which can be a big risk for this particular track, particularly the fast lap.
Yeah, we've already seen Dossey drive the normal DK Jungle Parkway as he didn't attempt the shortcut. So you guys have already seen a little bit of the driving. And yeah, the ramp jump is the riskiest part probably. Yeah, if you nail this jump and get a very good jump to the left, then you can go right away through the grass. You will get hit from the coconuts there, but yeah, it is faster to go through that grass section. Then we will see the second shroom spot right before the downhill part, and the very last one in the cave. And yeah, a lot of things can happen here. You can get caught in the scenery if you're going too aggressively. Okay, Dossey with a very conservative jump. Tyson also way behind where you want to go. Dossey will cut now a little bit of the grass section. Second shroom, he already used the second shroom. I didn't catch where. Both of them. Gets caught a little bit at the bridge, and if he nails that last shroom, that's it. Goes up. Okay, and he made it. This is probably the win for Dossey. 46 something. I didn't catch it. But this is GG to Dossey.
Yeah, game, set, and match. Very well driven by Dossey. Tyson did put up a bit of a fight there in that third set with some smart track selections. But Dossey, higher ranked player, and it really showed throughout this match.
Yep. Okay, we will try to get both of these players into the voice chat to get a short interview. I think Okay, Dossey already joined. Hello, hello.
G'day guys, how are we?
We are very, very well. Congrats to the match, to the win.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I felt really good actually. Felt really very happy with how it went. So
Yeah, you made very, very little mistakes here on the pure driving.
Yep.
And
and I was really rusty in my warm up too, so I wasn't feeling too confident. But after that first track win, I felt really good. So
yeah, the first two sets were very, very convincing. But it was pretty close. At some tracks, Tyson did also a pretty good job, and was not much of a difference here. But yeah, the last set was very interesting, I have to say. It was very interesting.
yeah, Tyson got me.
Tell me about your DKJP shortcut. That was very interesting.
For me, I've never done a shortcut before, so
Okay.
that's why I picked Bowser. So yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting. Your Bowser pick.
I picked a shortcut, knowing I'd at least win one. You know.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much a safe bet that you're gonna win one.
Yeah, so I did that, and then the next one, Dossey said Calamari Desert. I was like, no, please pick a shortcut, I beg. He's like, okay, leave my road.
That's what I was telling the audience, that Tyson did a very good job convincing Dossey to pick another shortcut, and shoutouts to me. So we have seen another nice shortcut match battle, and yeah, that was very fun to watch. Very close.
If that ended up costing me a set, I would have been very unhappy.
It almost did.
It almost did, yeah, but not today.
Yeah, a very nice race. Tyson, you did a pretty good job on some tracks. It was pretty close, I have to say. Like also on Luigi Raceway, you chose the 3-0, the 3 shroom strat. That was a little bit surprising for me.
Yep.
Yeah, I do 0-3-0. That's what
I
Taco
thought you
told me to do.
maybe more comfortable with that strat. But in the end, it was only like 1.5 seconds behind Dossey. So
Oh, really?
yeah, some pretty good driving.
Got a few PRs, though, didn't you, Tyson?
I got... Let's have a look. I got 2.
Oh, you did? Nice. Okay, cool.
Very nice.
Toad's Turnpike 3-lap and Luigi Raceway 3-lap.
Nice.
Well done. Well done. We couldn't tell because we know you've got the kind of new kind of power ROM you're using. So all your actual times are on a different card, I think.
No, all the NTSC ones. It was funny. All the NTSC times got transferred to his PAL time, so you wouldn't actually know if you got a PR anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. So it would have been PAL times. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that maybe DKJP shortcut would also be a PR, because that was a really good time. You hit all 3 shortcuts pretty fast, very clean.
I grinded that for some reason.
Okay.
I think I was going back and forth on it with Itchy. We were just competing. Eventually, at a time that I could not get, so I was like, yeah, fair enough, you can have it.
There were some really close tracks. I remember Sherbet Land to be one of the tracks where Tyson was ahead because Dossey fell into the water. But Tyson said, okay, I will join you and take a nice bath. And yeah, he took a big crack jump, a little bit too risky, and also fell down. And then it was Dossey's win. Maybe you will watch the video.
I was watching Tyson's stream, so I knew he'd hit a penguin, so I thought, I could nearly make it up, maybe just. Yeah. And then, I saw he fell in the last lap, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be, like, it wasn't even close to a big crack jump, but I just didn't press the bump. Yeah, I just forgot to jump.
You did a Matthias and forgot to jump.
Yeah, exactly.
I know he's been having trouble with that, so.
Yeah, but there were a couple of close ones. I think also Bowser's Castle. Tyson decided to take a bath, but this time in the lava, and also hitting some thwomps. But I think Dossey also hit a thwomp, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I was too fast on the last lap, so
Speedy.
I think that would have been probably almost PR pace because I haven't had that cycle. I don't think before. Maybe.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
So,
Poor Dossey
yeah.
for being too fast.
Or was he just very, very slow?
Could be that too.
Yeah. Yeah, again, guys, very solid driving from both of you. It was very fun to watch and was a pleasure to commentate with you, Alex.
Yeah, great match,
Yeah.
guys. Big congratulations to Dossey for the win, but Tyson, mate, very competitive, particularly in that third set. So, yeah, great race from both players.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Thanks,
for
mate.
commentating.
Appreciate it.
And make sure, if you haven't already, to follow Dossey and Tyson here on Twitch. They are streaming pretty regularly. Excuse me. And also Alex and me, we are streaming, yeah, not every day, but yeah, pretty much every day. All right.
And get around to all the people in the Mario Kart community. It's a really nice community, and yeah, highly recommend. Yeah, getting on board and trying to get some time trials.
Yeah, definitely. And also keep your eyes peeled, guys. We are still, for some divisions, particularly the Division 3 division, I think they've still got about 5 weeks or so to go, whereas Division 1 and 2 still certainly have a couple of weeks at least as well. So, yeah, you will catch a few more games on SpeedGaming. Keep your eyes peeled. And, yeah, even check out MarioKart64.com for more information, how you can get involved in the community as well.
Yep, and I think we were also doing a finals round as well. So the top 8, I think there's 12 competitors, and the top 8 will do a finals type layout. So that'll go well that'll probably go into the new year, I'd say, with how we're going. So.
Yeah, we have most of the people have more time now, being in lockdown. Some people at least. So yeah, and also there will be some exhibition matches between Division 2 and Division 3 players. At least that's the plan. So
Yeah, I
maybe
think
you
I was
guys
going to be doing one. Yeah.
Yeah, a match between Dossey and me at some point. All right, guys. I think we will wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon, hopefully.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.